All right, D, let's go ahead and get started. Just a couple of things before we speed up the action. Four things. Number one, you'll notice that you swim kind of stiff. I'll explain a little bit more. Number two, you're really not driving your hips like you should. Therefore, you're using your arms to carry your entire body through the water. Number three, you need to always keep your head down. And four, you'll notice in your kick, I'll slow it down right here. There's a lot of bend at your knee. You're not really kicking from your hip flexors. When you're able to kick from your hip flexors, you can really drive your hip. And the more you can drive your hip, the easier it is to glide through the water. And so you're really depending on your arms for everything. And you're not really engaging your core or using your hips. Which would really shave minutes from your 70.3 times. So you have a good bend to your arm, a good early vertical forearm catch, and you can see your head. You'll occasionally look up straight ahead just for a second, right there. All right. So you can see again your kick, you're taking these little baby kicks, but you're really not using your entire leg. It's mainly just kicking from the knee. So here we go from the front. You can see the good bend to your arm right there. And so really the most difficult things that swimmers struggle with, you seem to have mastered. I mean, you've got the early vertical forearm catch. Your hips are on top of the water. So really it's just minor things that you need to work on. You're looking straight at the camera right now. And now you put your head down. But overall you have a good catch. But using more paddle work, using drills where you're doing 10 by 50 with paddles with 10 seconds rest, when you're really feeling the water, if you can just pull more water and use your hips, that'd be key right now to improving your swim. And you'll look up right there. So go ahead and look at your head action and notice that every time you do that, that's affecting, it's creating a lot more drag. And so here's a good from up top where right now you need to drive your right hip. Right here you need to be driving that left hip. And you can also see on your left arm when it enters into water, it's not as long as it should be. And so if you remember, my first point was that you're swimming a little stiff, and the overhead view is probably the best view that captures that. And right here, that left hand is just bent at the elbow, but you need to be driving your left hip, and as your right arm enters, you need to be driving that right hip. And the more that you can do that, the less you can rely 100% on your pull or on your arms. But overall, really good. But again, you could be rotating a little bit more and really kicking from your hip flexors. But good job.